Today we're making a bell sleeve velvet top, a very simple sewing project that's sure to become a staple in your winter wardrobe, and especially during the Christmas season. I actually made this top once already back in 2021, but this year it doesn't fit me anymore, and anyway it's time to remake it. I'm filming the whole process for you to follow along, so let's get started. I have just enough of this gorgeous red stretchy velvet left, and you're going to need a little more than a meter or a yard and a half of fabric. Also, since velvet is a nap fabric, please double, triple and quadruple check that all your pattern pieces are cut out in the same direction, as the fabric will look very different depending on the direction the pile points. For instance, if the pile goes down, or the fabric feels smooth when you run your hands over it, the fabric will reflect the light and look very shiny, but if the pile goes up, the light will be absorbed and the velvet will have a darker, richer color. The latter is what I'm going for today, so I cut all of my pattern pieces with the nap pointing up, so the fabric feeling rough if I stroke my pattern pieces from top to bottom. Originally I wanted to draft my own pattern, but then I found New Look 6838 in my stash, which is almost exactly what I needed, minus the peplum for the sleeves, which are easily drafted yourself as they're just circles. I cut out all of my pattern pieces, taking care that they were facing the same direction on the fabric. For the peplum or ruffles, you will need to cut out 2 half circles facing in the same direction to accommodate for the velvet pile. If you were to just cut them out as full circles, it would actually be difficult to fit them onto the sleeves, but also one side of your ruffle will reflect the light differently than the other. This is just something to keep in mind when cutting out. At this point I was actually running low on fabric, so I was forced to piece together my ruffles from 4 pieces each. Then everything was sewn together with a 1.5 cm or 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, right sides facing. If you're enjoying the video so far, please take a moment to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. And then I hemmed the peplum very narrowly with top stitching, but using a very short stitch length. The sleeve seams were sewn and the sleeves turned right side out. Then the ruffles were attached to the sleeves. And before actually sewing the sleeves to the top, make sure to ease stitch within the seam allowance along the top of your sleeve, using a long stitch length and loose tension similar to when you're gathering. Then tighten the threads a little to gather the sleeves ever so slightly, and this will help fit them smoothly to the shoulder seams by distributing any extra fullness evenly without causing your sleeves to wrinkle or pull. Then stitch the sleeves to the top twice, once just inside the seam allowance and the second time actually on it. This will again help to make sure everything sits super smoothly without any puffs or wrinkles. Stay stitched around the neckline. I must confess that I'd actually forgot to do this, and then turn the seam allowance inwards and stitch. Lastly, we'll hem the bottom. And the top is all done. I also have a matching skirt, but with this belt I'm wearing it honestly makes me look like Santa. I'm really happy with how clean this top came out and how easy the sewing process was. Thank you so much for watching. If the video was helpful, please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you soon.